Hello, my loves. Welcome back for another video. I have been seeing online so many people complaining about how they have been in a funk. And I have to admit, I was in one about a month and a half ago. And I feel like it has a little bit to do with seasonal depression and also just kind of getting over the winter blues. Also just having to prep for summer and it feels like it's coming too soon. So I wanted to do an entire video on how to really get out of that funk before summer and just doing a full pre-summer reset. Summer is coming. I wanna feel alive. I wanna feel aligned. I wanna feel motivated. I wanna feel beautiful. And there's so much prep to be done. Now, if you guys like these videos, please subscribe down below and give it a big thumbs up. I love when you guys engage with my content. This is probably the first of many when it pertains to summer videos. So comment down below any videos you guys wanna see from me that have to do with like your summer glow up or just kind of getting ready for that season. Hey loves, so you know that I recently have bleached my hair and the particular things that come with hair bleaching are not the best. Dry, dull, damaged hair, it just happens and it's just inevitable. And I wanted to make sure that I can take precautionary steps and measures to making sure that my hair is growing full and I'm able to just kind of make it a little bit healthier, which is why I started taking Neutrifol. Neutrifol is the #1 dermatologist recommended hair growth supplement, and it is really something that a lot of people have been loving, including myself. I just started taking it a few weeks ago, and I feel like I noticed that my hair is definitely a little bit more full and healthier, which I do love, and I can imagine that months down the line, it's really gonna make a world of a difference and allow me to feel a little bit more comfortable with the decision to damage my hair. It's designed to support your hair from the inside out using natural medical grade ingredients. No drugs, nothing sketchy, just natural things that are going to help promote hair growth. And what I love about Neutrifol is it doesn't just focus on one cause. It targets everything from stress to nutrition to hormones. So this is not just something that is for like a specific type of hair loss. It's going to help you if you struggled in any of those other areas like nutrition, hormones, and stress. After bleaching my hair, I wanted something that I knew was going to restore my hair and keep it strong. So this is definitely something that I needed a part of my daily regimen to making sure that I am able to do that. So I actually take 4 capsules a day with a meal. It's the way to do it to actually see the impeccable results that are going to come from taking something like this. So I take it with a meal. You start to see pretty good results if you're consistent in like about 3 to 6 months. If you're on your own hair health journey, take Neutrifol's quiz to find your perfect formula. And you're gonna use my code, which will be on the screen and down in the description box, to start your hair comeback journey today. Thank you so much, Neutrifol, for sponsoring today's video. Now let's get into the rest of today's topic. Now, the first step in really getting out of this funk is acknowledging that you even have it in the first place. I think a lot of the times we let ourselves go slowly and then we kind of forget what our goals and passions and ambitions were. We kind of give up on our looks and our internal glow up and all the things that we had set out in the beginning of the year. So acknowledge that you're in one and it's totally okay. It's completely normal to have gone through like the ups and downs of your emotions through the seasons, whether you gained some weight, you fell off the deep end with your fitness and your health, or maybe you just have not been as motivated when it pertains to like your work or your creative paths, whatever that looks like. It's totally okay, but just acknowledge that it's happened. Being in a funk can be so obnoxious. I really sat down with myself and I asked, what's off? What am I ignoring? How can I really get myself grounded again? Because again, it's not always the super obvious thing. Once I really identified what was going on, I wasn't nourishing my body the way that I was prior. I was letting my habits slide. I was feeling overwhelmed and stressed. I decided to say, okay, let's take pen to paper and really just do a full brain dump of how we can get ourselves back and recentered again. So I want you guys to do a brain dump, and it's not something that's going to be super aesthetic or it's going to have like a theme. It's just everything that's on your mind through this funk, how you're feeling, what you're doing, what you're not doing, and it really just will give you so much clarity. When I wrote these things down, I said, oh my God, okay, now I know how I have to move. Now I know what I need to change, because I wrote all this stuff down and I saw that the theme of everything that I wrote down was that I was letting my habits slide, I was stressed, and I was burying myself in things that were not helpful. Okay, now that I have identified what was going on, it's time for me to hone in on my physical glow up. That that is something that is so important for my pre-summer reset, because there are so many things that I want to feel and I want to look like prior to June, and more specifically prior to my birthday, which is July 14th. I want my body to have a certain look. I want to feel amazing in my skin. I want to be confident. I want there to be a decent amount of skin prep and hair prep and all of that. So really getting specific with the things that you can do for your physical glow up from now until June. So the first thing is obviously getting back to nourishing my body in a way that is helpful, eating clean, drinking lots of water, making sure that I'm doing the 80-20 rule, so not really eating out too much, and when I do eat out, try to make healthy choices, and then majority of the time, eat clean, eat at home, cook my own food, and I personally love to eat in a deficit during this time because it's easy for me to do and I don't go super intense with my cardio. So I find that I'm able to eat in a deficit, up my protein, and also I love to do IF, which is essentially intermittent fasting. I tend to intermittent fast naturally, but when I want to create a new body for myself and I want to do it in a short amount of time, I like to do it with a shorter eating window. So I'll eat between maybe like 2 and 7 rather than 12 and 7, which is what I normally would do during the week prior to this pre-summer reset. So it's really whatever is comfortable for you. You can tailor this however you want, but get back to realizing, hey, I need to eat cleaner. I need to put better things into my body. I need to hydrate. Water goes such a long way. And just really feeling like, okay, these are the things that I need to do to physically change my appearance in a short amount of time, but feel good at the same time. This is actually gonna make you feel better. It's not only gonna make you look better, you're gonna be more energized, more confident, feel sexier. I also like to prioritize my hair, skin, and nails. You guys know that I bleached my hair a few months ago. It's damaged, it's broken. Y'all told me, I already knew my hair was pretty damaged prior, but it's just something that I have to be super mindful of. So I make sure I get my routine haircuts. I moisturize constantly. I'm using things like K18 and different hair masks. I'm trying my best to do what I can with what I got. To be honest, guys, I might go back to black before summer. Just warning you, but we'll see. Essentially, I wanna make sure that I'm doing all the things that I can for my physical glow up. So I'm even planning out outfits and buying things now. So different types of sandals and heels and bags and accessories, getting myself ready and prepped. Listen, we're gonna be in dental floss this summer. We want to feel good doing it. I did an entire video on my hyperpigmentation routine and how I get rid of like body acne and skin, discoloration and bumps and all of that. So if you guys wanna see that, I will link it down below and put it on the screen. But essentially, I want you guys to really focus on getting your physical glow up intact and really create a routine that works for you. A morning, a night, an afternoon routine, wearing sunscreen, doing the things that you need to do, and you're gonna feel and look better. This is actually going to bring you out of the funk a lot quicker, because a lot of the times when you're in a funk, you don't look your best. You're not super on it when it pertains to your looks, so now's the time to do it. Okay, the next thing that is so important for my pre-summer reset that gets me out of a funk is putting my habit stacking with my mental reset. So learning how to incorporate wellness and something that I do daily together. This allows me to cultivate a better routine that is more sustainable, that also showcases discipline and self-love. So I find that when I'm in a funk, my routine is off. It's just completely off kilter. I'm not super on it with my goals. I'm not super on it with my self-care routine. I don't find that my schedule is looking right. I'm definitely all over the place and not as organized. This is the time to get organized and habit stack in a way that helps you. And the best part about actually encouraging this into your routine is understanding that you cannot go from 0 to 100. It's just not sustainable or practical. What I find is doing something small that actually creates a big difference. So like I said, incorporating a wellness habit with something that I do daily, whether it's having some sort of affirmation video on in the background while I'm doing skincare. It's going to boost my confidence, get me out of the funk, make me feel good, but I also am doing something for myself that is going to make me look good and feel better. You can also maybe get yourself like a cup of like warm water with lemon, and while that's like heating up, you can stretch or something or meditate. This is another great way to just mix two things together that you do all the time. There are so many things that we do religiously daily that actually do help us with our goals that we don't even realize. So mixing that with a new wellness habit will really encourage you to be a better version of you this summer. And it's really not about being perfect perfect. It's about building up that momentum to stick to your goals longer. When you get into a funk, you tend to fall off and forget a lot about yourself. You forget what you're good at. You forget the power that you have and the discipline that you have. So this is all about creating small steps in your life that make the world of a difference, and just doing little things like listening to a podcast while you're walking or eating a snack while you journal. And I think a part of spring cleaning that is so crucial is to also declutter your social space. So unfollowing things that aren't serving you, maybe cleaning out your email, and then also kind of cleaning out your physical space, like your home, your closet, getting organized. This is the perfect mental reset tip that is going to completely transform your mind. A lot of the times we're in a funk because our life is cluttered. If you declutter, you'll feel a lot better. And don't forget that during this time, it is so crucial that you protect your peace and create boundaries. When we are trying to fit a lot of things in like a month's time, it's important that you self-isolate in a healthy way. I don't believe in completely removing yourself from everyone and everything, but what I do know about myself is this. During the summer, I tend to put my social life as number one priority, and then everything else is secondary. So what I like to do in prep for summer is I reverse it. I put everything else first, and then social life is kind of secondary, because I know I am prepping for my social life and I need to do certain things beforehand so that I can create that ultimate balance in my life. It's all about creating routines that are sustainable and that work around what you have coming up. I know that I like to let loose, live a little bit more free, and I like to enjoy my leisure a little bit more in the warmer months. My birthday's in the summer. I have a lot of different things that I have coming up. I want to be able to reset in a way that prepares me for that, but it's not completely getting rid of and ignoring my obligations and just being a person with goals. Okay, the next part about getting out of this funk and doing a pre-summer reset is definitely getting your sleep schedule regulated. This is crucial. There is definitely something to having lack of sleep or just not having a good night routine. This will completely make or break how you show up, how energized you are, and how good you look. It throws off everything. I found that in my funk, I was scrolling late at night and then I would wake up groggy or unmotivated. This is something that I had to really tackle to feel my best. So I created a calming night routine that had some boundaries and essentially rules that I had to implement so that I can create the best overall sleep schedule for myself. But I tried to romanticize it to where it didn't feel like punishment. So I told myself, no more scrolling or screens after 10:30 p.m. I'm kind of a night owl, so I find that I'm up until about midnight or 11:30. So I told myself for the last hour or an hour and a half, no screens, no phone, no anything that can get me into a weird mood or that keeps me wired. This allows me to reset and decompress, and I just feel so much better the next day. And nothing in your phone is more important than this. I also have like a sexy shower routine where I shower, I do like, my oils and everything. I take magnesium and then I drink tea. I prefer fennel or peppermint tea, but you guys can do chamomile tea or lemon ginger, whatever is your favorite to have. I personally love those too for, my sleep routine, but I love just drinking tea, resetting, and having a slow evening. It completely grounds me and allows me to turn my brain off. As someone who is totally wired and has a very chaotic day and a very chaotic mind, this allows me to just kind of be and to take care of myself and nourish my body and to love myself deeper. So I have really been encouraging that. And then instead of scrolling at night, because I don't, I want to either be reading or journaling or just having something that is possibly a little bit more peaceful, even just like some sort of jazz music before bed while I just kind of lay and relax with my dogs. This is my routine every night in getting ready for summer because I know I'm gonna have a lot of sleepless nights and I wanna get my rest now and get my circadian rhythm regulated so that I'm not crashing out, burning out, and feeling bad. This is going to also help you with your fitness journey. So if you're getting back into your routine with fitness, if you're sleeping well, you're going to actually aid in getting your body as tight as possible. And lastly, what I wanna do is I want to create a vision for my summer. I believe wholeheartedly in sitting down and creating some sort of vision or setting an intention for what you want this summer to look like. So I have decided to not only create a physical list of things that I wanna do that is like a bucket list of things that I can check off, but I also created a list of how I want to feel, what I want to experience inside that can really allow me to be more intentional with how I spend my time and my energy. I told myself I wanted to feel more energized, I wanted to feel romantic, I wanted to feel confident in my body, I wanted to feel at peace, I wanted to feel very confident in my decision makings. So that was something that was like the intention that I set for my feelings for this summer. And then there was also like a bucket list of things that I want to actually do, because I find that I always have all these things that I wanna do, and then because I don't write them down or set the intention, I never end up doing them. So I wanna write down certain activities, things that I wanna do, things that I wanna see, and crossing them off with my friends or just by myself. And it's so fun and so exciting. And it allows you to knock some things off of your list that you've always wanted to do. And this allows you to realize that every choice that you're making is supporting the next version of you or the new version of you. So I find that when I actually set the intention, I am actually aligning with the higher self that I intended to be. So that is something that I think is really great to prep for, and it allows you to get a clear, concise vision of what you want your summer to look like. If you're in a funk, it is totally okay. It's completely normal. You just need to be able to reset, recenter, and refocus. This is what I have been doing to really get myself back on track without feeling overwhelmed. It's very little steps each day that completely allow me to transform into my summer self. And this is like the pre-summer things, getting back on track with food, fitness, life, and just balancing it all and feeling really good in your decisions and trying to really take a step back and prioritize the things that mean something to you. And let me know down below, what's one reset habit that you are implementing in your life this week? I would love to hear from you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and let's get ourselves ready and prepped for summer. Love you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye everyone.